Ladies and gentlemen, here's what qualified immunity will get you when you're a police officer. To this, here's an update. Cops who killed an 8-year-old girl get 5 years probation. No jail time, just 5 years. Cops who kill Fanta Bellitti gets 5 years probation. Yeah. Really messed up.
Shot, killed by the police. Put up the cops.
Here are the 3 dirtbag scumbags.
These cowards from day one.
Scumbag 1, 2, and 3. Fuck the blue. Fuck the blue.
Sean Dolan and Devin Smith. The 3 former members of the Sharon Hill Police Department received 5 years probation.
Yes.
For their role in shooting near a high school football stadium in suburban Philadelphia. This was August 2021. The deputy DA said the cops displayed a horrible amount of recklessness by shooting 25 times at a car they wrongly suspected was connected with gunfire the officers heard nearby. So in their recklessness, what did they do? They killed this child. Okay? Fanta
Billy.
She was 8 years of age.
8 years old.
She had come to the Academy Park High School for a school football team. Was hit in the back by an officer's bullet that strayed into the crowd of people leaving the game.
Absolute disgrace. Absolutely disgusting. Someone's own daughter don't even gonna make it through and be a grown woman, not even a teenager. Killed by reckless disregard, tyrannical police officers, and they get probation.
Died in her mother's arms. Put up the killers again.
One more time. Here they are. Dirtbag 1, 2, and 3. Fuck the blue. Fuck the blue.
Negligence for people is criminal. That's why they were charged criminally. But then they were able to strike a plea deal that nobody else in America would have received for killing an 8-year-old child.
Yeah, of course, you know why they got 5 years probation later? The qualified immunity says they're sorry asses. If it was one person that would have done like that, they would receive life imprisonment, life without parole, straight up. You know it, and I know it.
You see, these killers had the manslaughter charges dropped. Another Billy sister was also grazed by a bullet from one of these cops during the barrage of bullets. However, the then 12-year-old was not seriously injured.
Thank God.
The occupants of the car, who all somehow avoided being hit by the officers' fire directed at them, had nothing to do with the shooting the officers were reacting to, which was an exchange of gunshots between 2 teenagers just outside of the stadium exit. So they just shooting at people. They just shooting.
Just random shooting people. Just random, let them make it a rainbow. Just shooting whatever they can. That's how reckless cops are. That's how they are. They think, oh, I'm a police. I'm just going to start raining bullets. I don't give a shit who I kill. And they're thinking, oh, I got the badge uniform. I got qualified immunity. I'm going to get out scot-free. I might get a little suspension, maybe a probation, but I won't have to serve no jail time. And if they get released at force, guess what they're going to do? They're going to apply for a different precinct or different city.
Respect for life. They're just shooting, and they kill an 8-year-old girl. And they should be held to a higher standard of accountability, not lower.
Not lower, higher.
With training. After pleading guilty to 10 counts, 10 damn counts.
10 counts.
Of reckless endangerment. Ryan Devin Smith, Sean Dolan.
Devin Smith,
they will serve 49 months
on probation. 49 months.
Sentencing accounts for the 11 months they have already served on house arrest, according to NBC News. Each defendant was allowed to take a plea deal in November 2022, which dismissed
their manslaughter
charges. Let me say this to DAs around this country. We really don't need new laws. We need to have DAs enforce equally the current ones we got.
Yeah. You know, and I was taught this when I started working warehouse. My boss back then, for Mark, he always told me, equal pay for equal work. You know, equal opportunity for each person, because everybody's equal. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, a bus driver, warehouse worker, a police officer, a firefighter, or it doesn't matter if you're a janitor. It's equal all the way. He always told me that when you work as a person, you get equal pay. You do the same work, you get the same pay. And the same thing with criminal. It doesn't matter if you're a scumbag, low as a low, homeless bum or police officer like that, or a vice president or government mayor. You do the type of crime, you should be held accountable for the same kind of crime and sentence like that. It doesn't work like I've seen a case where like a white man does something like that and he gets like 2 years, but a black man does it, he gets 50 years. I've done something like a case like that a couple of months ago.
To the DA who allowed this agreement, you're part of the problem. I know you think you're not. I know that. I heard what you've said on record about the actions of these officers. But when you allow officers to continue getting deals for committing crimes against children or committing crimes that are among the worst crimes in this country, I want you to be reminded that when cops commit crime, it's crime.
Yep.
It's just crime.
A crime
and
is a crime.
And they should be held to a higher standard of accountability, kind of like lawyers are. Because you have special training, you have a regulated industry, and you have people that depend and trust you. All right. Benny, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, everything about this story is just deeply shameful and speaks to, like, honestly, the disrespect for human life that exists in the United States. Like, fundamentally, the United States has no respect for human.
Well, the bitch up part is, it's like the district attorney and the judge like that. It's like they didn't give a flying fuck about that 8-year-old girl that died. They didn't care. Like, her life was basically meaningless. Like, really. So they value, like, those cops' life, they are worth way more than an 8-year-old girl. Absolutely fucked up. And it makes you think, when you get fucking child molesters and rapists who get less time than a non-violent person who probably maybe has some drugs on them, like marijuana or some crack, a non-violent crime. I've heard people had to serve like a decade or like 12 or 14 years, but you get fucking child molesters who get serve like 5 or 6 years. Like Robert West, 2 counts of fucking aggravated rape, 6 years. The rodent, 5 years.
Human life, period, stop. There's respect for people in positions of power, specific individuals. If you're a police officer, then you're respected as a police officer, right? If you're a millionaire, you're respected as a millionaire, but you're not respected as a human being. Nobody is. Because fundamentally, if we cannot, right, prosecute police officers who killed a child,
right,
like, where are we as a civilization? Like, where are we as a society, fundamentally? And there are people that will, like, literally run around, like, defending the behavior of the police officers in this instance. And it is deeply shameful that we are not holding police officers to a much, much higher standard, but instead are doing quite the opposite.
Let's have a bonus clip, just for you guys, a bonus segment.
Naturally, you don't call the police on a 9-year-old who's simply having an upset moment, not harming anybody. This was insane. We're going to follow it as it develops. Jeff, thoughts?
Well, again, this child has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and delayed intelligence. This will only make these conditions worse moving forward. That's kind of how things are when it comes to law enforcement from time to time, which, by the way, law enforcement, they're often trained as warrior cops.
Yep.
So you send in a warrior cop who has weapons, who has defense techniques being trained upon them, who has armor, and who has backup, and they were unable to properly contend with this child's behavior. This is an awful situation.
What's even worse is, it just amazes me this day and age. People have to call the cops. What you're doing is you're calling a gun in for the situation. By the way, that little masterpiece, little bonus for you, it's called Cops Handcuff Black Child with Special Needs. Anyways, I'm out here, my job. Peace out.